Hey, I want to talk to you about the acronyms PID and MUD. I know you heard about them. Let's talk about what are they and how can they affect you. Hey, this is Chase.bourgeois. First off, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, take 0.2 seconds to hit that subscribe button to get more tips and home tours around DFW in North Texas. What is a PID and a MUD? You may have heard of these acronyms, especially if you live out here in North Texas. PID stands for Property Improvement District, which is a special district created by a city or county under the Authority Chapter 372 of something of the Texas Local Code. This law allows the city or county to charge a tax against properties within a designated area or district to pay for improvements or maintenance in the area. This is financed through assessments on the property owners. The owners of the properties in the defined areas can request a city to form a PID through a pension, which establishes an advisory body in which the property owners within the PID have control of types of improvements, levels of maintenance, and the amount of assessments to be levied on the property owners. Payment for PIDs are usually added on the annual taxes. Some developers will use PID instead of HOA to fund the infrastructure within a development. One reason for using a PID rather than a HOA is that the PID assessments are tax deductible where HOA's dues are not. So most PIDs assessments run from 20 to 40 years, and when the payment ends when the bonds are paid, and the bonds are usually paid up front by the buyer. All right, MUD. So MUD stands for Municipal Utility District, which is a political subdivision of the state of Texas authorized by the Commission of Environmental Quality to provide water, sewage, drainage, and other utility-related services within the boundaries. MUDs are usually located outside of city areas in master plan communities of a few hundred households. A majority of property owners in the proposed district pensions at the commission to create a MUD. Then the commission evaluates the pension, holds a public hearing, and grants are denied or funded through bonds. Homeowners then pay off these bonds through a MUD tax. As a debt decreases, MUD taxes may also decrease over time. In addition to their common functions of water and wastewater services, MUDs usually legally empowered to engage in irrigation, electrical generation, firefighting, solid waste collection, and disposal, recreational activities such as parks, swimming pools, and sports courts. MUD can provide for itself a recreational amenities that are approved by the board of directors funded by the district. PIDs can be used to finance the same infrastructures as MUD would finance, but are more commonly to use in additional items such as sidewalks, landscape, parks, and recreation, as a MUD would usually fund utilities. Knowing whether a property has a PID or a MUD tax is important in the qualification process, because if the property has a PID or MUD tax, very often results in a higher property tax. Higher than expected taxes can cause a buyer who is stretching their budget to no longer qualify once higher taxes are identified. The seller should disclose if the property is a PID or a MUD, but it is important for agents to view the tax certificate provided by the title company to determine if the property is in a PID or MUD tax. New construction communities usually disclose if this information, especially if they are located a little outside of the city, so be aware of that. Higher tax rates can also impact marketability and the home prices, and should be considered for the buyers whether they are buying a new construction or a resale. A home in a PID or a MUD might be less expensive than a home in a competing development that does not include a PID or a MUD. All in all, PIDs and MUDs can be good for the community, but come at a price for the property owners. So you have to decide on whether they're worth the location and if the home is worth it. Leave a comment if you want more information about PIDs and MUDs, and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to see more tips about real estate and home tours around DFW.